You're listening to WindyCityUnderground.com, an internet music station for the Illinois Media School campus in Chicago. WindyCityUnderground.com, your music, your station.
Check this out.
You're tuned in to Mega Mondays with Alex the One, getting it done. Your Latino extraordinaire here on WindyCityUnderground.com. Your music, your station. Tune in every Mondays from 4 to 6 p.m. Mega Mondays with Alex the One. WindyCityUnderground.com, your music, your station. Welcome to Mega Mondays. I am your host, Alex the One, getting it done, your Latino extraordinaire. And today, we're mid-November already. That's right, mid-November. Next thing you know, it's going to be Thanksgiving, and after that, it's going to be Christmas. Are you ready? Are you the type of person that buys your gifts early? Or are you a person like me, last minute, everybody just gets a gift card, right? No thought, no meaning, just here you go, gift card, spend this money however you see fit, keep it easy. Anyways, today is Monday. It's a rainy one here in the city of Chicago. It's a sad day for a lot of people. For me, not as much, but it is a sad day for a lot of people, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, because the Chicago Bears lost again to the Green Bay Packers. Not only does that sting because it's the Packers, but we've been on a losing streak for a while. It's been happening for a while. And I know I'm not a big sports person. This isn't a sports show, but I will say this. They have tried to make a couple tweaks here and there. They fired their offensive coordinator and all that. And what sucks is they lost by 1 point. 1 point, 20-19. That's just extra salt in the wound. But anyways, we're not going to talk about too much about that. You see me, I'm still rocking that Bears hat, right? It's still pro Chicago Bears. It's still the Bears, loyal. I say it every year. Maybe next year. It is what it is, but go Bears. It is what it is. But anyways, it was a good day for me. You know what I'm saying? All day I was kind of prepping for this show, but overall, I had a good week. Salute to Kingpin from the Kingpin and Crux Show. It was a good week for me, and I'm going to start off by something. On Friday, I had an opportunity presented to myself, and I was like, okay, well, let's see where this goes. Come Saturday, I had to celebrate my son's birthday. That's right. He turned 8 years old on Sunday, but, we got a party. We got a party the day before because if I did it on Sunday and the Packers game and all that, nobody's coming. So I had to make those proper adjustments, but we made it happen. We invited some of his classmates, some family came out, some friends came out. He had a bunch of presents. We had a blast. And I'm over here thinking to myself, wow, I got an 8-year-old. I know there's some people out there, they got 18-year-olds, 20 years olds, right? My kids are still fairly young. My youngest is 8. Happy birthday to Alex, a.k.a. little boy. Turns 8 years old. I'm so happy for you. Can I get some sound effects? That's right. I need them a little louder. There you go. So anyways, today on Mega Mondays, we're going to talk about a few different things. I'm not on for 2 hours today. Today, I'm just on for the 1 hour, maybe a little extended if we need to for the stories. But I will say we're going to talk about Drake. Now, Drake, I talk about him often, and Drake be gambling, boy. And I don't mean by like a little. He gambles. That boy got a pocket. Man, he gambles. So anyways, he lost 6 figures on the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. Money on the line. I talked about this briefly yesterday on Ownership Club. Salute to them. You can catch them on Sundays from 9 to 11 on Soul 106.3 FM. Salute to the homie Big Shot Blizz and the rest of the camp. But anyways, I talked about that briefly. We're going to talk about Boyz II Men. Man, Boyz II Men. When I was a shorty, I think everybody was playing their songs like when you graduated 8th grade and all that. That's a while back, right? That's how I'm saying my age. But anyways, Boyz II Men got a biopic and documentary reportedly in the works. We're going to read that story live. I didn't have a chance to read all the details yet, but that should be fun. We're going to also talk about a couple other things if we have time. Shine. We're going to be talking about Shine. He's been coming to the States lately, and he's been talking this, that, and the third about Diddy. And Diddy didn't appreciate it. I did see that. He wasn't a happy camper, but right now he's got bigger fish to fry. But Shine was going to talk a little bit about the shooting that happened way back when, and he was saying how he was a fall guy. We're going to talk again about Dr. Dre. That's right. I'm talking a lot to Dr. Dre. Word around the campfire is, let's see if this happens or not. Dre and Snoop are working on Missionary, and it should be out very soon in December, they say. Can't wait for that. But before we're talking about that, we're going to talk about Dr. Dre, and he's celebrating, this is like the anniversary, 25-year anniversary of The Chronic 2001. One of the best albums, I think, out there. as far as hip hop. I didn't say the best. I said one of the best. Definitely had lots of great production songs that still bump to this day. The features on there from Snoop to Eminem, for everyone from the Aftermath camp, very, very raw. We're also going to talk about one of my heroes in hip hop, Prodigy of Mobb Deep. He celebrates 24 years, right? What a time to be alive and experience all this great music. 24 years since that infamous album came out. You guys know what you want to talk about. The very first album. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And I think that's about it. We're going to talk a little bit about Tyson and what he had to say as far as the aftermath of the fight. Some people said this, that, and the third, but we're going to wait. I'm going to wait definitely to talk about that in a moment. But let's get into some music. And while that plays, I'm going to go ahead and get these stories ready. So stick around, y'all. This is WindyCityUnderground.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name Crooks. Hey, you know life don't life, and I know it's easier said than done. Just gotta keep pushing. All right. I promise it's like every time I want to get ahead, a motherfucking monkey wrench is what I get instead. But I've been lucky, baby, yeah, I've been in the tread. Head above water, baby, I've been kicking legs. Appreciate my people that'll never let me drown. It's a fight for a little gain, every set of downs. I'm just fighting for a little fame, every set of towns. Finna wear that showing love. Every said I better clown, better hide, better style. Have to, cause you don't know, maybe I need that. Letting the world hear my get wild, that peace at. Thinking about to steal my soul, show me your key, man. Then I'm chilling way offshore, hoping to relax. Hey, relax. I promise you gon' hear what I feel up in these raps. Roll with everything I can give them with these craps. And I'ma turn nothing to go with these craps. So you want me every day, hustler. I'm feeling untouchable. You gon' see me all over your TV, but you don't even wanna believe me. Love it when I get to prove it to them. Mad tired of niggas thinking they know right. Mad tired of niggas thinking they score right. Mad tired of niggas thinking it's your fight. Mad tired cause niggas thinking they told life. Don't get it twisted, I know I make it look easy. Nigga hella starving, nobody coming to feed me. Since I got the knowledge, nobody coming with freebies. Get it to my people forever, settle completely. Can't let the love die, rather see some doves cry. It's about time for my rain, can't let the flood dry. Watching how you watch me, I see you with the plug guy. Right from the beginning, yeah, I knew that I was thug, yeah. And with that comes a new approach. Hey, and with that comes, I do the most. Hey, gotta raise this gate for my city. Hey, about to rip this song through the post. I'm an everyday hustler. I'm feeling untouchable. You gon' see me all over your TV, but you don't even wanna believe me. Love it when I get to prove it to them. You want me every day. Feeling untouchable. See me all over your TV. Believe me. You want me every day hustler. I'm feeling untouchable. You gon' see me all over your TV, but you don't even wanna believe me. Love it when I get to prove it to them.
WindyCityUnderground.com. Your music, your station.
This is Toyana, aka Sky Town, and I am in the building. Make sure you tune into Mega Mondays with LX the One every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WindyCityUnderground.com. Your music, your station. You don't want to miss the Latino extraordinaire. He is everywhere, but he's in the building.
WinnieCityUnderground.com, your music, your station. I am your host, Alex the One, getting it done, your Latino extraordinaire. Today is a rainy Monday day, but it's okay. You're here with me, and we're going to talk about a lot of different things. Well, first of all, salute to my guy, Troth from The Collective. We just heard his new single, Everyday Hustler. Definitely very dope. And they was at the Ownership Club yesterday. I missed them. I didn't get a chance to go because it was my son's birthday, but, you know, salute to them. They're doing their thing. So we talked about Drake. We're gonna talk about Drake. Drake loses 6 figures on the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. Money on the line. Now, 6 figures is a lot of money. That is a lot of money to be gambling on top of that, right? But is the risk as good as the reward? If he did win, man, that's a payday for sure. Did you guys watch the fight? I heard they were streaming it live on Netflix. Now, I don't have Netflix anymore. I cut the cord. I stopped watching it a long time ago. But I heard that it was a very, very bad connection. It kept buffering and buffering and buffering. And the real losers was anyone who tried to watch it on Netflix, right? So, okay, we have that. And then the memes are coming out. The memes are coming out left and right, making fun of Jake Paul. Saying that I saw one today, Jake Paul versus Clint Eastwood, right? Like, you know, because he's so old. So these memes are like very along those lines where he's challenging these really old athletes or whatever, just old people to the next challenge, to the next fight. But before I get into all that, and my 2 cents, not that anybody cares, but let me go ahead and read this story. So Drake made yet another big bet on the sporting event, and this one definitely did not pay off. On Friday, November 15th, the superstar revealed that he had placed $355K wager on Mike Tyson to beat Jake Paul in their fight that evening. And he goes, "I'm late, but I'm here. Money on the line for today and tomorrow." He captioned in his Instagram post, Paul, who was favored. So Drizzy stood a chance to win over $1 million if his bet turned out. However, that was not the case. Paul defeated Tyson by unanimous decision in the 8-round bout, meaning Drake lost the bet. As yet, he has not commented on his defeat. In addition to the Tyson-Paul bout, Drake shared that he had placed an additional 6-figure bet on a different fight, the UFC bout between John Jones and Stipe Miocic, which took place on Saturday, November 16th. The rapper bet $450K that Jones would win by knockout, a bet that would more than have doubled his money if he won. This is not the first time Drizzy's lost money for a Logan Paul fight. Back in 2023, he bet money on Paul fight. He ended up nearly $1 million poor. Now, man, $1 million poor, that's not peanuts, man. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money to end up losing. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Paul ultimately triumphed over his opponent, which at the time was Dylan Dennis in Manchester on October 14th of last year. However, the triumph was due to a disqualification as Dennis tried to choke Paul out during the match. So that's right. You can bet these different kinds of bets. And one is you have to win by knockout. I think you win a little bit more. The other one, salute to my guy, Crooks. The other one is if you win by disqualification or win by decision, and, you know, you get a little bit more. However, if you lose, you lose. Right? It doesn't count in your favor. So even though the 6 guy placed his bet on the Via Online Casino stake for Paul to be the victor, he predicted the fighter would win by knockout and not disqualifications. As the result, the $850,000 bet was lost. Man, let's pay attention to detail. It's in the small print. Had Drake won the bet, however, he would have won $1.3 million. That's a lot of money. So I guess sometimes it pays off, sometimes it don't. I'm not a big gambler. I hate gambling in general. Even when I go to Vegas, which is not that often, I take $100. That's it. If I win, great. If I lose, okay. But even if I'm winning and I win 1 or 2, I just stop gambling. It's not for me. But a lot of people are able to bet nowadays using these apps. I know people that do that faithfully. If it works for you, it works for you. But let's go ahead and continue with the story. He had also placed a huge bet on August 2023 fight against Paul and the former UFC contender Nate Diaz. The 6 guy made a wager to the tune of $250,000 ahead of the 10-round cruiserweight bout in favor of Diaz. Jake is a dog, but I can never bet against the Diaz brother. That's how I was raised, Drizzy told the outlet. So now this is a trip. This is a lot of money. This is not peanuts, man. Like I keep saying, Drizzy has a long history of betting on the stake platform, of which he has an ownership slice per Grand Prix. In February of 2022, it was revealed that the Scorpion rapper has bet almost $1 billion in virtual gaming since 2021, all of it done on the stake platform. $1 billion in gambling. Yeah, I said that. $1 billion in gambling. Yo, how much has he won? How much has he lost? I know Drake got money, man, but still, that's a lot of money, bro, to be gambling on an online site, right? Okay. So anyways, Drake lost some money, but he'll remake it. He'll make another summer banger or another winter banger or whatever, and he'll be right back on top, right? What do I think about Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? First of all, I did not see the fight. When I heard about it, I thought, okay, this is just another fight that Jake Paul has up his sleeve to boost up his, what's the word? His influencer status. And does Mike Tyson really need the money right now? I'm sure an extra payday doesn't hurt anybody. He's not really boxing anymore. He's in a few films here and there. He has a podcast. But when we talking a payday like he got, I heard Jake Paul got $40 million for the fight. Tyson got $20 million for that fight. $20 million, yeah. Now, I did see Tyson train. He looked like a beast for his age. Mind you, he's 58 years old. He moved fast. He looked like he was hitting fast. So when people saw this fight, I heard a lot of people really saying like, yo, this looks like it was fixed because he looked like a beast in these training videos. And when he went up against Jake Paul, heads up, he looked a little slow. He didn't really do much. It was a disappointing fight. But mind you, I will play devil's advocate. I will play the other side of that field. He is 58. If you ever been in a boxing ring for 3 minutes, yeah, you get tired after a couple rounds. And he went all 8 rounds. So I'll give him the respect in that aspect. Also, you're facing a bigger contender, a bigger competitor, a younger competitor. Jake Paul is no punk. He's a big dude, and he can hit you hard. So I did hear somewhere that Jake Paul, after I think the first few rounds, he noticed that Mike Tyson wasn't looking that great. He said he kind of held his punches back. He's like, I didn't want to hurt somebody that didn't necessarily need to be hurt. And I respect that if that's the route, if that's true. I did see at the very end, at the 8th round, when there was like the last 10 seconds or so left, he bowed down his head in respect towards Tyson, giving him his props, his praises. I did think that was very respectful. And, Tyson kind of put the glove out there to tap. Okay, so I'll give Jake Paul that respect in that aspect, right? But, however, again, is this true or not? I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not. I'm only reading the rumors that people are saying online. They're saying they're posting pictures of like different memes of different movies and different this and that, where there's 2 people talking about a scenario where they kind of scan people out their money. Did Jake Paul really call Tyson and said, look, bro, I'll give you these M's to set up this fight. Let me beat you. However, I won't embarrass you. I'll carry you out through the rounds. You get a nice payday. People are going to be talking about it. Nobody asked for this fight. But I did see a lot of people wanted to watch the fight. Nobody asked for it, but a lot of people tuned in. A lot of people like myself are still talking about it. So let me read this post. You can find it on Mike Tyson's Instagram page. And this is concerning the fight. And it goes, this is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. He goes, I almost died in June. He had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in the hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight. So I won. I have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboy Stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you. #Paul Tyson. Yeah. That's nuts, right? 8 blood transfusions, lost 25 pounds, also being 58 years old, standing toe-to-toe with Jake Paul, he's a big dude. He's a very big dude. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this was all a shazayas, a big plot to get a big cash payday from Jake Paul and Tyson? Did they sit down one day over some drinks or have some coffee or something over dinner and say, let's plan this out. We'll make millions. You'll make 20 million for sure. I'll make 40 million for sure. Plus all the advertising and all that. It's going to be a big payday. Or do you think it was just legit? Just let's do it. And Tyson just wasn't up to it anymore. Ran out of steam at the end. And Jake Paul just kind of took it easy, right? That's the question for the audience out there. I'm going to be posting it on my social media. Make sure to check it out. Check me out all across the board at Alex the One, LXDAONE. Let's go ahead and play some more music. When I come back, we're going to talk about, before I talked about Boys to Men and all that, I want to celebrate some of these rappers who are no longer with us. I'm going to start with one of my favorite rappers of all time. I'm talking about Prodigy of Mobb Deep. Yeah, Prodigy of Mobb Deep was a big influence on me when I was in the industry, making songs, making beats, this whole delivery. I was just a very big fan. I'm going to see if I can open it up. The internet's acting a little weird here, but if we can't, we'll move on to another one. But check this out, right? We'll be right back momentarily. This is WindyCityUnderground.com. Yes.
Rico. What up, Keith?
You know what it is. Let's get it.
I'm in the top 5 with it. Shorty wanna ride, let's get it. COM, that's how I live it. They mad cause I'm that guy. I'm in the top 5 with it. Shorty wanna ride, let's get it. COM, that's how I live it. They mad cause I'm that guy. We are not equal. The lyrics I spit, I'ma bless all my people. I keep coming and coming like sequels. I'm in the fresh whip, can't see you. Them haters gon' hate when it be you. Stay crunching numbers like seafood. Every word is spit, it be lethal. Put the gas in there, it's legal. I stay ghosting, stay hunting. I'm on the mission, they know that. Never gave a like Kodak. Shorty twerking it, cut a throwback. Twerking like Keenan the Kiddo, cause I'm all that. If it's about the bread, then I'm all in. 06 Jim Jones, I'm ballin'. Sit back, talk shit, they stallin'. Stay drip too fresh, I'm flawless. Trying to figure who I'm finna hit them all with. 1, 2, 3, 4 when they y'all thick. 1, 2, 3, 4 when they y'all thick. The plague and hang up in the educator. Get your weight up on me. So sad to get to make room. Headline to talk of the news. Really don't want beef with them fools. Boy, we came with them too. I've been wild and fresh out the zoo. And I'm they fool. Been do what got that may do. Yes, sir, got them stressed. They thought I would lose. I'm a boss upon you. I'm right back to here come the news. I'm in the top 5 with it. Shorty wanna ride, let's get it. COM, that's how I live it. They mad cause I'm that guy. I'm in the top 5 with it. Shorty wanna ride, let's get it. COM, that's how I live it. They mad cause I'm that guy.
Y'all know what the going on. Cash is K-Dot. Cash Connections. Hey, Young Rico, what it do, gang? Shorty back on the prowl, I just touched down. You know how I give it up. They said I would drown, but look at me now. Having my way on these silly sluts. Always knew I was gonna be something. In my dreams, I seen all of this coming. On the track, back to back, I'm thumping. EOM Cash Connections and nothing. Live it up on a hater who greater. I took off, accelerated at a high speed. Got my eyes on the prize and put on the gas. I promise these dudes ain't like me. Number 1 on your list, big keys. Anyway, you can clock and whole hot seat. I'm the to the top, just watch me. On my mama, I'm up to the top. Ain't it, man? No, you cannot stop me. I just keep going and growing. I'm hard body. Stop with the cat saying I am the rapper. I push them back in the pot. For all the haters out there watching, we the business locked in. This way it's like just a song on the guys. We live booming on your top 5. Get it.
I'm in the top 5 with it. Shorty wanna ride, let's get it. COM, that's how I live it. They mad cause I'm that guy. I'm in the top 5 with it. Shorty wanna ride, let's get it. COM, that's how I live it. They mad cause I'm that guy.
Y'all know what the fuck it is. Young Rico.
WindyCityUnderground.com. Your music, your station.
It's your girl, CEO Lexi Couture of Couture Music, and you're tuned into Mega Mondays with LX the One, the Latino extraordinaire on WindyCityUnderground.com.
WindyCityUnderground.com. Welcome back to Mega Mondays. I am your host, Alex the One, getting it done, your Latino extraordinaire. So we had a really long conversation about Drake losing 6 figures, spending over $1 billion on a gambling app. That's bonkers in itself. We talked about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, the fight. Did you enjoy the fight? Did you think it was a waste of time? Did you think it was fixed? Did you think, Mike Tyson gave it his all, just with the complications with his age and just him being in the hospital, all that gets to you. And Jake Paul being a younger guy, a bigger guy, that's a conversation for you guys out there. So I'm going to go ahead. And I was trying to open up these stories. I found these stories on The Source, but for whatever reason, whenever I try to open up stories from thesource.com, it doesn't open here. I don't know what it is. Source used to be the man, but I guess, it is what it is. So, but we're still going to talk about it briefly. We're celebrating. Now, this is incredible. Prodigy, one of my favorite rappers of all time. Prodigy from Mobb Deep. He definitely made lots of classics when they were a duo. He also made a lot of great music as an individual. Prodigy celebrates 24 years ago. He dropped the HNIC. Do you guys remember that album? One of my favorite albums that to this day I still play in the car. To this day, I still play them tracks. And that's really the first time I got introduced to Alchemist as a producer. Later on, they worked very closely on multiple projects, Mobb Deep and Prodigy solo projects. Alchemist, man, he is a beast with them samples. He's a beast with the production. Briefly, I had heard about him a little bit, was associated with Cypress Hill at one point, but then one day he was in New York and he networked with Prodigy and Mobb Deep, and yeah, he had some bangers on that album in collaboration with Prodigy. Keep It Thorough, right? Dun, 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 dun. Man, I still play that in the car. He had no hook on it, right? But he still made it a thing. He also had 3 featuring Cormega. He had Trials of Love, which was really dope, featuring BK, aka Miss Bars. He had Veterans Memorial in collaboration with him. And there was more producers on there. Of course, salute to Havoc. Havoc always has to be involved. He is a producer himself. He had some bangers on there. The album itself was mixed reviews. Some people gave him 3 out of 5. Some people gave him 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed the album. I thought it was really good. The HNIC is a debut solo studio album by American rapper Prodigy, originally scheduled for the summer of 2000 release. The album was ultimately released in November 14th of 2000 through Sony Music, Loud Records, SCR Records, and Prodigy's Infamous Records. After the 4 Mobb Deep albums, Prodigy took a temporary break from the group and released his first solo effort, HNIC. It stands for Head Ninjas in Charge. In case you were wondering, Prodigy enlisted a number of producers on the album, including The Alchemist, Easy LP, Rock Wilder, Just Blaze, and the Mobb Deep partner Havoc. The music videos were done for Keep It Thorough by YBE, Young Black Entertainers. Yeah, entrepreneurs, I should say. Young Black Entrepreneurs. Okay, let me put some more music in here. I don't know what happened there, but let's go ahead and put some more. It was a really dope album. Again, I really enjoyed it. It reached 18 on the US Billboard 200. It went gold, which means it sold 500,000 copies in the United States. Man, Prodigy, rest in peace. He had a long battle with sickle cells, lost that battle. I believe it was in Las Vegas, and he was taken from us way too soon. He had written a book where a lot of people were mentioned in there. I haven't read it, but I've watched those clips on YouTube where he reads it himself. You just kind of listen to the stories. Very entertaining. So him as a part of Mobb Deep, I highly respect it. I liked a lot of their albums, most of them, if anything. The Prodigy solo albums, they were pretty good, but the first one was the best one. It was definitely the first one. And this story as well, I tried to open it up on the source. It did not open for me, but I definitely still want to give it its flowers. Dr. Dre, remember that album, the second sophomore album that he did, The Chronic 2001? Well, it turns 25 years old. Now, this album right here, I had put on repeat. This is like a time machine for me. I listened to that album and I'm instantly taken back to the year 2000, 1999. I had a lot of good times hanging out with some certain individuals. For example, my cousin Jamie, I used to always be with him. He used to have his Bravada truck. We used to bump that all the time, playing some Dreamcast, playing some Soul Calibur, and listening to The Chronic 2001. Now, Dr. Dre is a legend. He's incredible. This album was one of my top albums. I'm not saying it was the best album release, but when this album came, it hit hard. 2001, also referred to as The Chronic 2001 or The Chronic 2, is the second studio album by American rapper and producer Dr. Dre. It was released November 16th of 1999 by Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records as the follow-up to his 1992 debut, The Chronic. The album was produced mainly by Dr. Dre and Melman, as well as Lord Finesse, and features several guest contributions from Hitman, Snoop Dogg, Corrupt, Exhibit, Eminem, Nate Dogg, so on and so forth. 2001 exhibits the expansion of Dre's debut G-Funk sound and contains gangster rap themes such as violence, crime, sex, drugs use, and street gangs. The album debuted at number 2 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart, selling 516,000 copies in its first week. It produced 3 singles. Let's see, at 6 man, this thing sold. That is for sure. So here's some of the key songs that stood out for me. Obviously, the big one, Still Dre, right? When I hear Scott Storch had that piano, that man, ding, ding, boy, that album hit hard. And again, lots of collabs with Snoop Dogg, a lot of collabs with Exhibit. It was one of those albums. If you guys don't know the backstory about this album, so it is true. He did release the first Chronic back in 93. Is that what he said? 93? Was it 93? Shame, I lost it. Back in 92, sorry, back in 1992, and 10 years later, he comes out with this album. So what happened? Why did it take so long? Well, a lot of different things. The first album came out, was really the big launch for Death Row Records. That is another iconic album, and he was just coming out of some beef with Eazy-E, leaving Ruthless Records, so on and so forth. They established Death Row Records. He works on the Snoop Dogg's next album. He works on the Dog Pound. He works on Murder Was the Case album. And then after that, he kind of took a step back. He had a falling out with Death Row and Suge Knight, and he left his own company. He left. Mind you, him and Suge Knight were co-founders of this company, and he left, started something brand new, Aftermath Records. He released one single. I'm not necessarily a single. He released one album for Aftermath, and it didn't do as great as he was hoping for. So people were saying, that's it. He's done. He's over with. But here he comes, finds Eminem, signs Eminem, does the first Slim Shady album, blows up. So now that created the platform for 2001. Now, originally it was supposed to be called 2000, but I think Death Row Records got the name registered or something before he could. So that's why they called it 2001. And was it bananas? It put Aftermath back on the map. It put Dr. Dre's name back as far as one of the top producers. It really changed things. And he had a lot to talk about in this album. Of course, the gangster stuff and all that. Of course, he always has that. But he also had a moment where he dedicated songs to his brother, and he also kind of recognized Eazy-E and kind of pretty much said he missed his friend, right? There was no bad talking about him or anything like that. He was talking about, like, look, man, I miss Eazy, this and this and that. So it was a very good album. So there you go, guys. Yes, 2 iconic albums. What a time to be alive in the 90s when all these bangers were coming about. 24 years ago, Prodigy released H&IC, his solo debut album. And again, 25 years ago, Dr. Dre released his sophomore album, The Chronic, 2001. So what songs stood out to you? What songs did you feel that still stand the test of time? Do you guys still even listen to that album? Or do you guys just say, oh, it was a good one? It's time for you to, to look it back up and just give it another listen, because I guarantee you there was a lot of gems that you probably forgot that were there, right? Definitely a classic album. Let's go ahead and take a break. When I come back, I'm definitely going to talk about this Boyz II Men biopic documentary reportedly in the works. So is this a documentary that you guys are interested in seeing? And I haven't read the story. We're going to read it live together. I really hope it's not done by Lifetime or something like that, right? They always butcher these these biopics. Yeah, I hope it's not by Lifetime, but we're going to find out more information. We're going to read it live together. So stick around, y'all. We're going to be playing some music, and when we come back, we'll get right to that. This is WindyCityUnderground.com.
By the way, this is the Fly Cool Club.
Make a smile for me. In a better place now. Newsstands, close-knit relationships that found loose strands. I got old friends, I got new friends, but in the midst of it all, I got true friends. I'm super fly cool on them, always in your corner. They know I'm the one that bank gone. Like food on them, all my chicks be pretty. Y'all them chicks be having food on them. All my chicks be ready. Yo chicks, man, they did with you, homie. They won't steal out shots and all your dreams. You'll see no action. Your Christmas and burn up. Too much form like it's 2 of me. Condom broke. Gotta wrap it up again like 2 mummies. Known to turn that dry rabbit to a dude bunny. Kill it, so why she riding? Doom buggy. A lot of people misunderstand my stilo. Forever in my deck, you'll all soon hug me now. Just close your eyes and dream of
Just smile, just a little bit. Don't let a goofy throw you off. You a bad boy. That mean happy, that's underrated. These ain't pure, they concentrated. But I'm lost in the thoughts on, man. Mr. Fly Cool, this is all swag. I need wealth for fame so we get the bag. And when we take them losses, we don't get mad. We get even. That shit even. Come on, it's screaming. Even. Please believe me, young niggas hungry. No macaroni, they want that cheese. Fly Queen, you should be a part of this breed. Made new money from the tricks up a sleeve. So I want you peasant to bow to a king. One thing that don't die is my dream.
Close your eyes and dream of a way. Smile from you might make these blues go away. Close your eyes and wait. I need a distraction. I need you to ease my mind. I need a distraction. I can't keep this shit on my mind.
Windy City Underground. Your music, your station.
WindyCityUnderground.com. Welcome back to Mega Mondays. I am your host, Alex the One, getting it done, your Latino extraordinaire. And we talked about a few things today. We talked about Drake. Yeah, I think he has a gambling problem, spending over $1 billion on one of the apps, the casinos and stuff that you can place bets on. We also talked about Tyson and Jake Paul. What do you guys think about the fight? Did you guys try to watch it on Netflix? I heard a lot of people couldn't. It kept buffering. And anyways, just your thoughts in general about it. We also talked about Prodigy of one half of Mobb Deep. 24 years ago, released the HNIC album, which still to this day I think is one of the best albums out there. I didn't say the best. I said one of the best. And speaking of also one of the best, Dr. Dre, 25 years ago, released his sophomore album, The Chronic 2001. Man, if you guys haven't heard those albums in a while, go ahead and give it a listen to, man. I'm sure there's a lot of gems that you completely forgot were on there. And it was definitely an iconic, both of those were iconic albums. So, yeah, let's switch topics. Boyz II Men. And we're going to read this live together. I didn't get a chance to really read it yet. But what do you guys think about Boyz II Men? Now, when I was growing up, Boyz II Men was one of those groups that we used to listen to, like if you had a girlfriend or whatever, and you wanted to I guess be romantic with her or something like that, or if you were graduating from high school or grammar school, the end of the road or whatever, people used to sing that song when they graduated. So Boyz II Men has a lot of songs that still stand the test of time, in my opinion. But there was some shady work behind it. I used to hear that somebody was taking advantage of some of the members. I'm not saying that to be fact. That's just what they were saying, right? So let's go ahead and get into the story. And you can find this story on hiphopdx.com. Boys to Men biopic and documentary reportedly in the works. Boys to Men will soon be telling their story in a both biopic as well as an accompanying documentary. A Variety confirmed in a report on Thursday, November 14th, that the group have partnered with the production and financing companies Compelling Pictures and Primary Wave to develop a narrative feature film along with a long form documentary about their 30-year career. Now, I do enjoy watching some of these documentaries or even some of these movies when done correctly. There are a few that have been done of different artists, and it's like, yo, give that person more respect as far as the movie, right? Let's see. The one that I think they nailed it for sure was the NWA biopic. They also came out with various other ones. Like I said, I mentioned Lifetime sometimes has these, and they kind of butcher them. But you know, that's more of a low budget, but on a higher budget, they did a Tupac one. That one got mixed reviews. They had a Biggie one. That one had mixed reviews. I'm sure there's might be more that it's escapes me at the moment. Even Wu-Tang Clan had a TV series on Hulu. I thought that was pretty good. So when done correctly, it can be done. So in a statement, Nathan said, we've been waiting to find the right partners who understand our story and are willing to tell it all. And Jeff at Compelling Pictures understood us day one. The film is still in development with early conversations with writers and directors just starting, but the studios are fast tracking the production according to the report. So they're working to get that done right away. Producers, Dennis O'Sullivan and Jeff, I'm butchering your last name, but it starts with a K. So Jeff K added, and quote, having grown up as a huge fan of Boys to Men and having spent the past couple of years getting to know the guys and becoming friends with them, it is tremendous honor to help them bring their unique and untold story to the big screen. We're excited to show the brotherhood and camaraderie as well as the challenges and strife, humor, and heartbreak. And that has accompanied the unparalleled success that Nate, Sean, Gwanya, and Mike have worked so hard to achieve. And we think the global audience will still want to sing along to the sexy, funny, aspirational, uplifting celebration of friendship and artistic partnerships that have stood the test of time. Doom, 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 da-da. Yeah, I'm not a singer. So perhaps the roots will pop up in the biopic, as years back, Questlove recalled his high school experience with the guys who would become Boys to Men, noting the first week of school, they were already in the bathroom harmonizing. Okay. So I did not know that. Questlove of the Roots went to school with them in Philly. Okay, yeah, that's right. They are from Philly, the Roots. It goes to talent shows were huge, man. Black Thought added, the production was an annual thing. They would call it a sentimental journey. So, you know, it was all about who was performing at the sentimental journey. This year, our rivals wound up being Boys to Men. They used to cheat with glitter, said Questlove. What? They used to cheat with glitter. Okay, girls would start swooning. Okay. Then they would have glitter on their top hat. So I guess if you guys ever want to do a talent show done right, I guess bring the glitter. That's the secret to the cheat right there. So are you guys going to tune into that? The Boys to Men? I would definitely watch it. And again, I hope it's done correctly as far as the movie. Who would play those individuals? The documentary, I think, is also cool because you can have live interviews with some of the people that were involved in making those albums, the singers themselves, the producers, the fans. Well, you know, I think that I'm a big documentary person. I think I might enjoy that aspect a tad more, but the biopic is definitely something I would not say no to. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. Let's go ahead and play some music. When we come back, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Shine. And I did see Shine here reliving that story where he had talked about the situation that happened in the nightclub with Diddy and J-Lo and the shooting. And some people were saying he was the fall guy and him getting deported when he got out. He has a story. That needs a movie in itself, right? That'd be a movie I'd be wanting to watch, right? Has a little bit of everything in it. But let's go ahead and play some music. When we come back, we're going to get into that story. This is WindyCityUnderground.com.
Fuego. We be on it all day and night, so I got it and then like it now. I'm on it like my. Trying to get it. Oh girl, my. I get it. You mad, you bad, like. I get it. You toasty, and now you wanna fight. Right. I'm on it like my. Trying to get it. Oh girl, my. Really wanna play like you tough with it. I'm with the young, let's keep it buck with it. I don't really know how you feel, but that never held you down, but say what's up to you. We don't really play with them doses. We don't really play with them toasters. We don't really stay with them hoaxes, cause they already made them posters. Yeah, I could fuck with the baddest and stick it to it like cactuses and give up like the cabins is. She know that she fucked the realest. Pronto. She know that I'm cool, but I'm cool and I'm chillin'. Just know who I be right now. Right. No cat, what I need right now is the bag and the bitches and having them kissing and having them scratching my back and admission that I am the greatest, I am the favorite, I am the one that they happy he made it, yeah. We be on it all day and night, so I got it and then like it now. I get it. I'm on it like my. Trying to get it. Oh girl, my. I get it.
You mad, like.
I get it.
You toasty, and now you wanna fight. Right.
I'm on it like my.
Trying to get it.
Oh girl, my.
You the type of say what's up to when you broke in the club cause you can't afford liquor. You bum ass. What type of this? Bleeding down like they come home. Wish you just to turn around and shake it like a Polaroid picture when the pull his phone and ask for the digits. I know. You probably gonna say some shit. Something like you in a relationship. Your man locked up and you saving it. Or probably hit him with the other that you're going through a breakup. But you will take his number though you looking for a winner. But it won't be the summer loving hot girl season. Looking for a come up now you staring in the ass. Cause then you be glad when it's only one praise. They really can be mad. And fuck this up. Yo. Well, what do you know? You spent $500 on a bottle just to say you're getting followed in the backpack case. So thanks to my mean buddy, you did that. Whatever that you paid for got a real saucy. My ass, she can't keep her hands up off. He in it with blowing here, killing me softly. Case.
We be on it all day and night, so
I get it.
I got it and then like it now.
I get it.
I'm on it like my.
Try to get him.
Oh girl, my. I get it. You mad, you bad, like. I get it. You toasty, now you wanna fight. Right. I'm on it like my.
Try to get him.
Oh girl, my.
I get it.
We be on it all day and night, so
I get it.
I got it and then like it now.
I get it.
I'm on it like my.
Try to get him.
Oh girl, my. I get it.
You mad, like.
I get it.
You toasty, and now you wanna fight. Right.
I'm on it like my.
Try to get him.
Oh girl, my.
This is Swift Production.
Windy City Underground, your music, your station. It's the Grand Man, Willie Grand, and we are here. Hey, man, if you're not in here on Mondays to check out Alex the One, Mega Mondays from 4 to 6, get your mind right. Hey, come holler at me. Come holler at Alex the One on Mondays, Mega Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. Let's get it. WindyCityUnderground.com, your music, your station.
WindyCityUnderground.com, your music, your station. I am Alex the One, getting it done, your Latino extraordinaire. We are almost out of time. We didn't get a chance to do the full 2 hours today, but we at least got the hour done. I want to talk about a couple things before we finish the last story. So, first of all, I haven't talked about it all day on the show. See this right here? This is the trophy for the 312 Music Awards 2024, where we won Online Radio Station of the Year. Behind me, we have the plaque from the previous year. Before that, Indie Radio Station of the Year for 2023. Why do I say that? Because today at WindyCityUnderground.com, we have partnered up to try to go for that three-peat. That's right. We're trying to get that third trophy back to back to back, but we can't do it by ourselves. We need your help. We need your support. How can you help us out? Very simple. Visit 312musicaward.com. Put in your email and vote for your favorite artist, your favorite producer, your favorite DJ, your favorite online radio personality. Make sure to vote Alex the One, LXDAONE, and also favorite online radio station of the year. Again, WindyCityUnderground.com. We definitely would appreciate your support. Very simple, one vote per email. One vote per email. It is a Google Sheet. Fill out that information and boom, that's it. The nominees are about to close. It closes December 3rd, which is literally a couple weeks away. So after that, we'll see who gets to participate in the final, stage where people can vote for the actual people. Now, I think they cap it at 8 or 10. So we would definitely love and appreciate if we would be on the list of nominees. So come March, we can try to get that trophy back. So again, very simple. Visit 312musicaward.com. Vote Alex the One for favorite online radio station, radio personality of the year, and also WindyCityUnderground.com for your favorite online radio station of the year. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue. For whatever reason, this computer is not letting me open up certain links from certain sites where I have my story saved. So this story was originally somewhere else. But it's okay. I'll go ahead and visit hiphopdx.com. I get some love here. And this is still talking about the same story. Sean recalls spitting in Diddy's face, claims he was paid $50K for prison bid. Now, that is a trip. Salute to my friend Maribel from back in elementary school, listening to us from Wisconsin. Thank you for tuning in. So Shine is making the media rounds to promote his new documentary, The Honorable Shine. And in his latest interview, he recalls two shocking Diddy-related moments, a time when he spat in the mogul's face, and on occasion, years later, when Diddy paid him $50,000 as a reward for serving a long prison sentence. What? Pause real quick. Let's pause. I didn't see the interviews, right? I'm reading this again live with you. I didn't have the story. Anyways, so he's saying he spat in the mogul's face, and an occasion years later when Diddy paid him $50,000 as a reward for serving a long prison sentence. After the nightclub shooting in late 1999, Shine was convicted of first-degree assault and sentenced to 10 years in prison, while Diddy, facing charges for the same incident, was acquitted. On Monday, November 18th, Shine told the host of The Breakfast Club about the time during his incarceration when he was visited by Diddy in New York City's Rikers Island jail. He goes, he came to see me once, and I tried to spit in his face. The rapper turned politician recalls. He goes, I didn't even know he was coming to see me. They just brought me down to my lawyer's office. Shine also talked about what happened when he visited Diddy in 2012, 3 years after his release from prison, and how he was anticipating the trip would come with the major payday. All right. So you did some time for, some people were saying you were the fall guy. This is true. Some people, that's what they were saying. You're the fall guy for this thing, right? And Diddy gets away. They got charged with the same thing, but only one of them saw prison at that time, right? Diddy is in jail right now, but during that time, only one person saw prison. So he goes, I got out in 2009. There wasn't even an attempt to reconciliation until 2012. When I went to Paris to meet him, Shine began, I was still in a place of he owes me his life. He's a billionaire. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have been a billionaire. If he goes, if I would have cooperated with the district attorney, he'd have went to jail, and heaven knows what would have happened to his career. So that worth at least a couple $1 million out of $1 billion that he's worth. But Shine continued, things didn't work out that way. He probably gave me 50 racks, which means $50,000. And I'm like, you can't be serious. 10 years, 50 racks. The relevant segment begins around the 35-50 mark in the video below. So yeah, you guys can check out that video on The Breakfast Club. And that's about the time where he says that. In an interview last week on the Stephen A. Smith show, Shine denied the long-standing rumor that he was paid off to take the fall in the nightclub shooting case. People say, "Oh, Diddy gave you millions to go to jail." Nothing! Exclamation point. He said before, alluding to the small payment years later mentioned above. So 50 grand probably made two what I thought were offensive contributions over the last 20 something years, which led to the breakdown in the relationships. But I moved on. So yeah, a lot of craziness happened when he was getting out of prison. Man, there was a big buzz. People were offering lots of money for Shine to go on their label to release that album fresh out of prison. I remember that. And sometimes it works. I did say before, when Tupac came out of jail, he came to Death Row Records, blew up, right? There's a few other rappers that came home and they blow up. Shine could have definitely been one of these artists. But when Shine came home, he didn't really partner with any label. He turned them all down. He thought he could do it by himself. Released an album that was okay. It was okay. I thought it could have been better. And what happens? He gets deported to Belize. And, you know, he has a whole nother life there. Now, $50,000. Now, if you're not making any kinds of money, do you take that 50 grand? Is that an admission that you took that fall for him? Or is it just like, look, bro, you came home from prison. You know, I'm in a place where I can help you out. Here's 50 racks, right? That's definitely a possibility. 50,000, that's a little low. I get his argument. He's a billionaire. And if he would have cooperated, Diddy probably would have been arrested a long time ago, or would he have? He had a great legal team. He had Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran got OJ off, right? One of the top lawyers at that time. Maybe he could have fought it. Well, for sure, I will say this. If he would have cooperated, he definitely would not have been serving so much time in prison. But then when he comes out, his reputation is forever. At that time, you couldn't snitch and get away with it like you can today, right? Rappers like, you know who he is with the tattoos on the face. They can do this, they can tell, and they can come out and they're still okay, they're still relevant, right? But back then you couldn't do that. That was like signing your own death warrant in the entertainment business, I should say. So okay, so you know he's moved on, so to speak, but there's definitely a story there. Do you think that happened? Do you think he paid him off? Do you think he was the fall guy? He said he didn't get anything. He didn't get millions, right? And he was being treated a certain kind of way. He almost spat in his face when he visited him in Rikers Island jail, right? And he waited 3 years after he got out to kind of contact him or do whatever. That's wild, yo. That is wild. That's it for me. I appreciate you guys checking in with me here on Mega Mondays. Come December, there will be some changes. I might be changing my time slot to a later time, only because there has been a different opportunity that has been presenting itself. And I think I'm going to go ahead and accept it, which leads to me being on just a tad later, right? I'm still going to be here, right? I'm not going anywhere, just at a different time. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Alex the One getting it done, your Latino extraordinaire. Make sure to follow me all across the board on all social media platforms to check out my content. And also don't forget the 312 Music Awards. The nominations are about to be ending in a couple weeks, December 3rd. Make sure to vote for Alex the One for Online Radio Personality of the Year. Also, make sure to vote for WindyCityUnderground.com for Online Radio Station of the Year, right? We definitely appreciate your support. Hopefully, towards after December 3rd, December 4th, whenever they roll out the official nominations, you'll see both of our names included. Until next time, y'all, this is WindyCityUnderground.com.
What's good, Chicago? This is Lero De Niro, and you're locked into Windy City Underground Radio, where the streets talk, the beats bump, and the hustle never stops. From the block to the studio, we got Chicago's raw talent, indie artists, underground legends. Yeah, we got them all. No filter here, just 100% vibes. Peep our live sessions on Facebook, where we mixing, spinning, and vibing with the latest tracks. So hit that follow button like your life depended on it. We got exclusive music, artist interviews, and the hottest playlists. Windy City Underground Radio, where the streets speak, the beats bang, and the hustle is real. Follow us on Facebook at WindyCityUnderground.com. Windy City Underground, your music, your station.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, y'all.
I'm down with you. See some love with you. If I met you, cause you the guy. Cause you the guy. Put your brown eye. Put your brown eye. Make me so alive. Make me so alive. This ain't my life. You my guy.